Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the Grit Culture. Before we get this video started, I want y'all to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, so you can catch all the future videos. Also, leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think. If you have any opposition to anything that I'm saying, let me know. I'm eager to hear it. But I want to talk about Elon Musk and his quote-unquote hostile takeover of Twitter, right? And everybody's all up in arms and they going crazy. They talking about how unfair it is, and I even heard somebody say it's white supremacy. Stop, man. Stop. This whole thing it's not that serious. It's ridiculous. Matter of fact, I think it was Sean King, who they call Talcum X, old race hustler, straight scam, manipulator. I can't stand these guys as people that use pain. I like to say that a lot of folks, man, that they're really just, they have their perception of what reality is or what they think, how they think things go. So they're not in it to manipulate people, but I believe that a lot of people, matter of fact, I know that a lot of people are in it to deceive the public. And I don't know what side he stands on, but shit he talks about, he's completely wrong. A lot of times it's so dishonest. Matter of fact, a lot of the stuff he says is so intellectually dishonest. I have to come to the conclusion that he is in it to manipulate people. But talking about his white supremacy because it's over the Elon Musk and all of this stuff. Let me ask you this. So it left one white man and transferred to another white man. So it was with Jack Dorsey before. So it wasn't white supremacy before. What makes it any different? Went from one rich white man to the next. But you were perfectly fine on the platform before. But it's not that. It's they want to silence their political enemies because he sits on the left. The left dominates the majority of media, a high majority of media. They completely dominate the minds of, the folks around college campuses and your everyday life and society. Even if you think you're not, a lot of the things that you spew out is a byproduct of the propaganda that they put out. So, and it works. And the right is in it with them. That's my hypothesis. They're in it with them. They do things to get you to sway toward that direction. They're both right-wing in nature. They're both under the classic term, under the I don't know the word I'm looking for, but under the classic context of what it is to be right-wing. They're both right-wing, and they push you in a certain direction. The people on the Republican side, they continue to do things that are completely insensitive. Both sides, they move in unison. There's rarely any, what am I looking for? Any mixture of thought. They all think the same way. They all do crap like all the Republicans getting up and they leave the Ketanji Brown and her when she got elected to the Supreme Court. And they know what this stuff does. They know this pisses people off. And you think they don't know this? You think they don't understand how people work? It's a good cop, bad cop thing. But you seeing this, so you'll get mad and you'll say, well, no matter how bad the economy is, those damn Republicans, damn racist, so they know how to push you to one side. And the pendulum always tends to swing. And then They know how to create a new villain. Joe Biden's the villain right now because prices are high. Gas prices, food prices, rental, the economy's at the worst it's been in my particular lifetime. It's horrible. Now, is it Joe Biden? Not entirely. He has a small claim to it, but it's bigger than Joe Biden. It's bigger than Joe Biden. All these people, these politicians, these presidents, they all have corporate interests. They all have to answer to people, to their donors and people who fund them, right? The people with these banks, billionaires. But don't forget, Trump and all the stuff about Ukraine being the reason and everything like that, those all diversions. The primary reason for all of this is mainly the stimulus checks, and we warned of this. We talked about it ad nauseum when all of it was going out, saying you got to pay all of this stuff back. The government's gonna use your money to pay it back because they got to pay it back. Any money that's sent to them when you have printing off all of this money, right? And so it's not, Trump signed a $6 trillion stimulus package on top of what Biden did. You're talking about trillions of dollars, right? And we're paying for it. We're paying for it today. But, as they did while Trump was in office, they blamed him for everything. They blamed him for COVID, how he was supposed to stop that. I have no idea, but it was a convenient topic and a convenient stance that they took, right? Anything to demonize next. And so people are using the same thing. The right is using the same tactics on the left, and it's all a game. Now, you had that clown on MSNBC talking about what this could entail and possibly how it could affect elections, because people could get silenced. You could delete, political opponents and different things like that, have them silenced and manipulate the algorithm, and you possibly couldn't find out till after the election. Damn, Twitter can do that? Is that what you're telling me? And what was happening during this past election and past year? I'm not, like I said, I'm not on neither side, but I call it the way it is. And like I said, the left has dominated this stuff. They've been completely unfair. And it's been all about they live by their own rules. They're complete hypocrites, but they're proud hypocrites. They live by their own rules. They do what they want to do. Donald Trump, he's been kicked off of Twitter. Anything, connected with right wing or anything like that, Project Veritas and all of that, they've been kicked off. Do they say some crazy things at times? Yeah, they do. But people on the left side say crazy shit all damn day. Spew misinformation. Pretty much everything that comes out of the left. Straight misinformation. Twitter's home of that. But as long as you're on that side and you cape for, you're a Biden supporter or whatever, you're good. You're good. You can spew misinformation all day. Meanwhile, they're labeling stuff that doesn't line up with their narrative as misinformation, and then banning people. And then it comes to find out that it's all true. Lab leak theories, ivermectin, anything you could possibly name. And they've all shut it down, said, oh, no, it's true. It's untrue. They'll put the little fact check information on your post, and then you come to find out it was right the whole time. And now they're trying to sick the government on the dude who's acquired a public platform fairly. I mean, not public, sorry, private platforms fairly. I mean, how he got the money, shit, we don't know. There's a lot of folks doing a lot of different stuff with our money, with taxpayer money. So I don't know if Elon Musk acquired his wealth. I don't know much about this dude. I don't know what his political affiliation, what his ideologies on certain things are, and all of that. None of that matters within the context of this conversation. I don't know which direction he's going to take Twitter, and nor do I fucking care. I didn't care before. Now, all the conversation about free speech, I mean, it's a private, get all that noise out. It's a private platform. So there's no such thing as free speech on a private platform. Free speech only goes toward, your ability to be able to say what you want and not go to jail for that, right? But you can't go in somebody's house and say whatever you feel like, because if they feel like they want to kick you out, you have to get the fuck out of their place, right? You can't go hollering free speech. And so it's the same with, same with Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, any of those places. Whenever they decide they want to get you up out of there, they don't agree with it. I mean, that's on them. They don't have a monopoly on platforms. Now, what they do is they have the attention. That's on the public, though. That's on the public to learn these lessons, and whether they want to switch over and go to other platforms as a whole or whatnot. But if they decide to choose this particular platform, hey, it is what it is. My only problem is these platforms getting additional funding from the government using my taxpayer money, as you see with I'm pretty sure it's with Twitter, Facebook. Jen Psaki said it herself that they were going through, and the government themselves was going through and marking things down as misinformation on Facebook. I mean, come on, man. But if that's what the owner decides that they want, then it is what it is. That's the owner's choice. Just don't use my taxpayer money. And I shouldn't have to pay you. I'm not, first of all, it's not paying, it's being stolen from. But it was acquired. Elon Musk acquired it. He got his, he paid for it. Jack Dorsey agreed to it. Jack Dorsey endorses Elon Musk. And so you got everybody who's getting mad and getting all up in arms. You were on Twitter with the guy that endorses the guy who is being handed over to now. You were still on there. You had no problems, and now y'all leaving out. And it's like, whatever. And y'all got the choice to do that. We're trying to get the government to come in and regulate and different things like that. Regulate a private platform. That's evil, man. That's an evil way of thinking, and yeah. But it's how y'all acted during the pandemic also. But it always comes back around. The stuff that you ask for, it'll come back full circle to yourself. And then you'll be, we'll hear the hypocrisy. All right? It can come in many ways. Everybody talking about how they don't like the police. The left is against the police and everything like that. And yeah, the police overstep their boundaries all the time. They need to be regulated. They need to be, corrected. But how are you going to be a hypocrite and talk about, boundaries and government overreach? Well, what do you think the police is? That's their military arm. Outside of the military, they use the police also to enforce their rules. So, this is silly, man. If you don't have a problem, if you don't like the product, simply don't use it. Go somewhere else. That's what y'all made the Republicans do. And sitting there banning people off the platform, so they went somewhere else. They created Parler. They created Trump's little platform or whatever. There's still censorship on those platforms, but I mean, if that's what the people want and that's what made them happy, so be it. got to do the same thing, but you got to abide by whatever Twitter goes by. It's a public platform. It's all the crying and all of this stuff. How does this change? How does this affect your life? And then y'all want, like you said, y'all want to silence people because y'all want to operate in an echo chamber, which y'all don't want nobody challenging your ideas. We know what the government does. We know what propaganda they're pushing, but why are you acting like this? Why are you falling for that shit? You become a product of them, of what they've created. Like I said, they can do what they could very well keep going on with whatever it is, and they'd have every right to going on with how they've been moving. Nothing to change under Elon Musk, but that would mean that y'all did all of this crying for no reason. Y'all crying for no reason anyway. He can do whatever the hell he wants. It's not that fucking serious, but you guys are hypocrites. It's all about silencing your political enemies. It's all it's ever about. So, whatever. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If there's anything I missed, anything you want to add on to this conversation, let me know. And hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I'll holler at y'all later.